Hello and welcome to a new Bitcoin update. We started the week with a pretty big red candle. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, it barely has a wick. So this start of the week was very intentional. But as you can see, we've hit our local golden pocket. So let's see what levels can we trade this week on Bitcoin. But before we get into our Bitcoin update, let's go over some of the trades I've taken last week to help you learn a little bit of technical analysis on the lower time frames. For our trade recap, I will use the Bybit chart because this is where I trade and I do all my technical analysis. Let's hide everything from here so we can have a clean chart. And we are going to open our first short from 16th of February, which was around here. And let's go back in time so we can see it better and replay. It was around here. Okay, going on a lower time frame. So what we've got here, we had a 5 waves move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want, you can measure these waves using Fib extension from start of wave 1 to wave 2, and we have a 3 Fib extension. And to measure wave 5, we are going to do it from the high of wave 4. And here, let's see, we have 1382 for wave 5. So this was our first move down. From here, after 5 waves down, I was expecting 3 waves up and an A, B, C. And for that, I added a Fib retracement from the top of the 1 until the last low of wave 5. And I've got the golden pocket here. And also a Fib extension starting from this low here, measuring 3 waves up, which gave me this 2 Fib extension. At the time being, I also had in mind this 1-to-1 here, which was in the same area as the 382, which was my first potential reaction for a short. But as price came into it, it went straight through the level. So I had no interest in shorting this one here. I removed it and I said on my Discord channel, I am waiting for higher prices on Fib Algo Golden Pocket especially, or higher 707 and 2 Fib extension. And we let the price action play. At the time being, she made a poor high on the day, so I waited for the next hour to open, put in a new high, and from there I was looking for shorts. And as soon as price hit 707 and 2 Fib extension, let's remove this one so you can see it clearly, like this. I had this first 1-minute continuation candle that gave me my entry. Stop up the high, and we let the trade play until daily open. This was my first target. And because the trade was during London session, it was 1 hour and a half before New York opened, I completely closed the trade here because New York comes with higher volatility, and I prefer to redo my technical analysis before the start of the session and take new trades on the New York session itself. So this was my trade, 5.5 hours, super nice, super clean, that was it. Now let's go on Tuesday, hide everything here, and let's move a little bit faster in time and see what price action we've got there. Open this one here, and we are getting there. Yes, this was it. Let's go on a lower time frame and see what happened here. A little bit too much. This was it. So my idea was to trade Bitcoin down to 4-hour low, London low, which was also my 4-hour bias. And for that, I had this internal Fib extension from the previous 4-hour high to 4-hour low, which gave me the 886 Fib extension here right on London open. And if I remember correctly, I also had there a VWAP. Let's see if we can see the view up also. Let's change the settings and let's see a better color. Let's make it purple. Okay, yes. So we also had the view up here as resistance. As you can see, before New York open, London already went into my area of interest short, but I didn't enter here because usually New York likes to sweep either London high or London low and from there reverse. So I prefer to wait, see how the price action develops on the beginning of the session, and from there decide whether to enter a trade or not. By the time New York opened, let's go on a lower time frame. She made this initial move, which was, this one was open, initial move up and down. This reaction told me that price couldn't get higher to take London high or even these local highs here. So I added this internal Fib extension from the high to the low of the New York session, and it gave me a perfect retest in the golden pocket. So I entered short here. Actually, by the time I entered short, my entry was around here. Stop at the high, at the New York session high, because if she went up to take this high, most likely she would go up to take London high also. And this was my trade. My take profit was 886 first of all, because it was an 886 from Monday's low to Monday's high. And let's see how the trade plays out. It was super fast, super quick, went straight through it. I took a take profit here, as you can see, 886 after a small reaction, but then price continued to go down. And by the time she started to do these red candles one after another, I trailed my stop loss on the 1 minute market structure break, which was this last green candle here. So this was my final take profit for 5R. Again, super fast. That's why I like New York session. Now let's go on the 18th of February and move a little bit faster in time. Let's make it 5 until we get to our entry short. As you can see, I have many shorts because we are in a downtrend, so this is mainly what I'm looking for, shorts. Go again on a lower time frame. It was same as on Monday. It was an internal locally Elliott wave count, clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, we have 3 at the 2618 extension, 4 on a 0.5 Fib retracement, and also we got wave 5 on a 2 Fib extension. So as soon as I've seen this pattern down, I am looking for 3 waves up. I didn't catch this long here because she didn't take previous day low. She front ran it by very little, so I was not interested in longing here. Instead, I waited for price to move up into my next area, which was a 3 waves up. And for that, I had this Fib extension here from the start of wave A, bottom of B, and as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 6 here. The first interesting area for shorts was this 1-to-1, of course, because always 1-to-1 is important in Fib extensions. But as you can see, on the lower time frames, price went through it, didn't offer any meaningful reaction, so I waited. As soon as price hit the 1, 2, 3, 6 here, gave me a confirmation with these 2 red candles reversed. So I enter short here, stop at the 4-hour high, which was also London high. And this was the trade. My take profit was New York open. I initially thought to take profits on view up, but again, price went straight through it. So I closed the entire position at New York open for a 3.5R. And the last trade, which was a long, let's hide this one, from 19, and let's play our price action until then. This one started with the stop loss and then a win, because you can't win them all. That's trading. So let's see where it was. Okay, it was a bit too much, I think, but yes. We'll go back here and see what we have. So I initially entered long here because I had a swing failure pattern of previous day low and an internal 886 Fib retracement. As soon as New York opened, as we can see, she went straight down, took London low, and stopped me out. But as soon as she took London low, she offered a really nice reaction on the swing failure pattern of this low here. So I entered long again on this 1 minute candle, really intentional. So this was my entry here, stop was at the low, at New York low now. And my take profit was London open, which was also London high. And it was also a weekless candle. And usually weekless candles can be considered draw on liquidity. Let's go on a 5 minute and play this trade and see how it goes. This was a really long trade because as you can see, she went up, she went back down and again, and it took a very long time. So by the time I went up here at this one Fib extension, I was looking at an ABC up, which was starting from here to this high here and to this low here. So this was my level. And it already took some time from my entry, which was here, until here. It was already 2 hours and 40 minutes. A little bit too long for a scalp, in my opinion. So when price hit this 1-to-1, I took profits and closed my position here. The final take profit was hit a few hours later. A weekless candle, it's considered a draw on liquidity. So also final TP was hit. But it's not a big deal because I didn't miss much from 1.7% to 2%, so 0.3%. That's not a big deal. Money is money. You should be happy with your take profits. And this is it for our trade recaps this week. Now let's move back to our Coinbase chart and see what we have for this week in plan. Let's go on the 4-hour chart so we can have a better picture. And let's see what happened here. Okay. Oh, we have the replay button. Okay, we have to leave this one. And we are now here. So, price hit our internal golden pocket. And also, this might be an ABC down. And let's see if we measure it from here to here to here. We also have here a 1-to-1, which is pretty nice. Let's zoom in a little. Yep, she hit it perfectly. So this is an area that could offer a bounce. And because of that, let's see what is our next resistance area locally. It will be a Fib retracement from this high here to this low here, making it a Fib Algo. And I remove the 0.5 because it's not very useful in crypto. Also, let's add a volume profile from this low here until, well, the price is now. And there we go. We have our first area of resistance locally here on the 382 and point of control of this range here. If price can flip this area here, then we can look for higher prices, which higher prices will be again the bigger 382 from this main high here, which was on 14th of January until our low. Higher than this 382, we have the same zones, golden pocket, and the bigger 382 from all-time high, this Fib retracement here, from all-time high to the last low, which is a pretty big important area. As we said previous week, higher than golden pocket here, we have a few areas of interest. 707 early open, point of control up to 786. This is a big zone again. So we have to wait and see how price goes. Up here, maybe we can count some waves and we can add a Fib extension so we can find a more probable area for a reaction inside this Fib algo. Same story with the bigger Fib algo from all-time high to the last low, because it is a big zone here. We need price to develop more in order to add more confluence to one of these levels. As support, we still have this golden pocket below our last low, which will be really nice for a swing failure pattern of this low here into the golden pocket. It is a pretty big area from 54 to 57, 58K. So it's best to wait for a clear reaction, maybe a half an hour market structure break, or even better, a 4-hour market structure break, because this Fib algo is from bear market lows to all-time high. So it's a macro Fib, and it can play out really nice in a swing position that can go up to levels like 100K again. So be patient and wait for a clear confirmation entry. Lower than golden pocket, we don't have much volume here. There are a few wicks of liquidity, but nothing special. We have a value area low here, but again, it's level by level because it's a big Fib. Same story as with above, with resistance. We wait to see how price develops when it comes down here, and I will update you in due time to know how to react and on which level we can react to with a long position. In terms of updates, this is it. I wish you a great trading week, and I'll see you on Friday with the next educational video, which is about market structure. Take care and see you on Friday. Bye bye.